Right everybody, how's it going? Now then, if you saw my last video, it was about fitting the battery, and the video before that was about fitting the CYC Gen 3 motor and controller, and before that video was unboxing that CYC motor. So if you haven't seen them videos, go back and have a look. You probably have, but anyway, I'm just saying there's a few videos on a playlist of this actual bike building it up, okay? So if you haven't seen them, go and have a look. Otherwise, carry on watching this. Right then, so in the last video, when I fitted this battery, I said I was going to go and do a speed test. And that day has come. Because it's about, I think it's about 9 degrees Celsius. I'll put it by air for the people in America for Fahrenheit, because I know they still live in Fahrenheit land. So, but it's about 9 degrees Celsius. That's warm enough for me to go and do a speed test. Now, I got to put a disclaimer in here. Don't go doing speed tests. They're silly, they're stupid, they're fraught with danger, because anything could happen. The chain could snap, it could wrap around the back wheel, I could go flying off, and it's dangerous. But look, I'm a trained idiot, okay? So I can do these things, right? So, I'm going to go out for a speed test. I'll do a couple of runs, maybe go through the power settings, and I'll try and get a top speed. It all depends how fast it goes. If it goes too fast, I might be a bit of a coward and back off. I don't know. But I'll just run through my gearing system. So I'll grab the camera and bring you in and have a quick look at the gearing system before I set off, and we go and try and find somewhere nice, somewhere flat, somewhere sort of straight, and normally cars around, to do a speed test. When I get there, I'll have a quick look at the road, make sure there's no potholes, so I'll go flying up in the air. And we'll do a speed test. And another disclaimer for anybody who's getting a bit annoyed I'm doing a speed test: I don't usually go around going around bonkers on this e-bike. I usually go around at a nice calm normal speed, you know, within the 15 miles an hour limit. This is just a speed test. This is just for scientific purposes, we can call it. Let's just call it scientific purposes. And it's just a laugh, okay? If you want to get angry in the comment section, it's fine by me, but you know, I'm just saying, all right? So I'll grab the camera, we'll have a quick peek at this now, and I'll show you the gearing system, and we'll sort of have a look at how fast we can go with this gearing system. Right, okay, if you come in by here now and you look down, I have gone for, when I ordered it, you can order, I don't know if it's 2 or 3 different sizes on these front cogs here. Now, I've gone for the smaller size because, I don't know if you can see by here, look, if I'd gone for the bigger size, that might have been hitting this part here. Because all bikes are different. This could be further out, that could be further in, whatever, right? But I went for the smaller cogs. I can't remember the teeth on them, but it does say somewhere in the CYC description somewhere that if you get a smaller inner cog and a smaller outer cog, it doesn't make much difference to the top speed, because that's smaller and that's smaller. Does that make sense? And if that's bigger and that's bigger, was it this one up here? I'm not quite sure. If you look up there, it's a tiny cog up there as well. Okay, so I'm not worried about this chain snapping at all. If this chain is tougher than that chain there, so I got no qualms about this chain snapping. I got a few qualms about this chain snapping. And if this chain snapped and wrapped in there as I was going, let's say 40 miles an hour, it could lock up the back end and I could come a cropper. Now in the back end here, the smallest cog there is 11 teeth, right? Okay. Now I don't know if I should be all the way down there. That might cause some damage if I try and do a speed test on the 11th tooth. We'll have to, when I get there, we'll go through the gears and see what's what. Because sometimes you could find these gears are slightly better than them ones. I did find that on my fat electric bike. But anyway, so that's how it stands there. That's what we're looking at. I have got 4-pot caliper brakes in the back and in the front. So, and I got 203mm discs, so that'll help me stop if anything jumps out in front of me. And I have put on the last episode or video I put out, I didn't have a front mud guard on this bike, and mud was flying everywhere in my face. I will say, I bought this mud guard, and for some reason, they've left a big huge gap by here, That's just for, you know, I don't know why. I don't know why that is. But anyway, that's the way it is. I might find some in a little bit of plastic and put it on by there, just in case. But I don't usually go out in the wet anyway. So, that's what we're looking at. What I'll do now is I'll go through all sorts of safety checks and check everything over before I go out on a speed test. Right, okay then, here I am out on the open road. I'm going to try and do a speed test. Now, I've got the speedometer there, and by here I've got an app open, and it says about 6 miles per hour there, it says 6 miles per hour there. So, this is calibrated, okay, oh, right. I'll try and leave that on. That's 6 miles now, 6. Let's go a little bit faster, just see if it sort of stays the same. I don't know if you can see it. It's quite small on the app there. Saying 7 on there, 8 on there, 9 on there. So that's a little bit ahead, just a tiny bit. But we're just on level 1 at the moment. So you can see the watts there, look. 105 watts. Let's put on level 2. This is just me pedaling now at the moment. It's assisting me. If I... Sorry for the coughing. If I put the throttle down like that, you can see on level 2, the watts has gone up there to about 1600 watts there. It just went up to on level 2, which is a bit bonkers. But anyway, we'll try and get some sort of speed test done. I mean, just by here, look, it's going past the 15 miles an hour. I'll have to get to a nice little bit of straight road where there's no traffic. This mountain road here is sort of quiet-ish. It's not completely quiet because people do use it, but I've come out, I think it's about 12 o'clock midday now, and this is sort of the quiet time, I'd say, hopefully. Usually people use this as a sort of a detour in the mornings for work and coming home in the afternoon. So in the middle of the day, you will get traffic, but it's not too bad. So, you know, a little bit of a hill by here, and it's not even slowing down, it's flying up there. That's level 2, that is. Oh, it's nice. It's a nice bike, this is. I gotta say, it is a nice bike. I hope there's not too much wind noise because the microphone is inside the helmet. I got a full face helmet on. I say full face, it hasn't got a visor. It's an open face, but it's got a chin part, if you know what I mean. But I will say that as a bike, no, just as a bike, if I took the battery off and just rode this as a normal bicycle, it's a lovely bike. I've made it quite a nice bike. So if I'm ever feeling fit in the summer, I could take the battery off and just go out for a ride, as you know, just as a bike. That'd be quite nice, wouldn't it? And even though it's 9 degrees Celsius today, even when you get up to 20 miles an hour, it's a bit cold. But there we are. You can't help it, can you? It is winter. It's January. So let's try and make my way now to this flat bit. It's a double wide road, and I'll try and make my way there now. Oh, it's windy as well. I'll make my way there, and we'll do the speed test there, and hopefully everything goes well. Right, okay, here we are. We're coming towards the road where it opens up. Bit bumpy by this bit here. What does that sign say there? It's warning me. It's saying no speed tests allowed. It says flood. Oh, that's from a while ago when it was raining. So I'll do the first speed test by here. I'll start by here. This is going slightly uphill. To make it fair, it's not going downhill, it's going slightly uphill. So I'll get myself all ready by here now, and then we'll set off. Right, okay, I'm going to do the first speed test on assist number 2. We'll see how fast it goes on assist number 2. Let me just check the gear on the back here. I'm on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th cog down, is it, whatever it is? I'm by there, you can see it anyway, can't you? So I'm by there, and I'll do my first speed test here. I'm going to see how fast we go. And remember now, this is on setting number 2, okay? So here we go. Here we go. No cars coming, I hope? No? Right. So here we go. There we go. This is a bit silly, isn't it? I've got to keep an eye out for the potholes. 29. It's going uphill, it is. 30. 32. 33. 34. So 34 on air. Actual speed on air is 33. So 33 miles an hour in a pothole. So you've got to watch your potholes. So that's 33 miles an hour in that gear on assist number 2. So there we go. So I'll turn around up by here now, and we'll try another hill, another speed test. We'll go to level number 3. We're on number 3 now, and we'll try that back down the other way, just to see, because I don't know if that cog I'm in is the limiting factor. Right, okay, so we'll set off by here now. I've got to be careful, I can't give too much torque in the chain. Right, so here we go again. I'll go off nice and easy. The sun's in my eyes a bit. And we'll see if I need to change gear at all. 29. 32. 33. 34. So I think I'll have to change gear now to get a higher top speed, because I think the motor stops at a certain revolution, if you know what I mean, revs per minute or whatever it is, or revs. I think it stops at a certain revs per. You know what I mean. You know what I mean, don't you? Right, okay then. I've gone down to, I don't want, the wind's in my eyes, so I can't even see. My eyes all got water in them. So I'm on that cog now. I've gone 2 down. I'm on that cog there, whatever that cog is, and I'm going to go up to. I'll go all the way. I'll go to speed assist 5 now. Okay. So this is the next test. This is uphill. It looks straight on the camera, but it is uphill slightly, just to give a fair sort of run. And I'll put that on number 5. Okay. And I'll try and go off as slow as I can. I don't want to break the chain or anything. So I got to take off slow. Check there's no cars coming behind me. And then here we go again. It's picked up really quick now, this does. So, here we go. $38, $40, $41, $43, $44, $45, $46, $47, 47 miles an hour, 48, 49, right, 49 miles an hour, 49 miles an hour in that cog there. So I think that 50 miles an hour is quite easy. I will go 1 more cog down. I'll stop by here now a minute, just to calm down a minute, because right, okay, let's just stop by here a minute now. Gotta be careful. And we look down here. I've gone 1 more cog down. I don't want to go any further because there'll be less cogginess at that speed. It'll be less teeth, if you know what I mean. So I'll try that one, and we'll see if we go past 50, okay? So here we go then. I think I'm going to call this the last test, because I'll be pushing my luck otherwise. You know, sorry for the sniffing. The cold weather's going up my nose, but we'll try and see now. I don't like looking down at the speedometer, see, because I'm trying to look where I'm trying to look for potholes. But anyway, let's give it a go. This car coming a minute. I better slow down. Right. So there we go. In that gear, it's less. In that gear down there, the next one down. Let me pull over. Let me pull over because I don't want to come a cropper. Let me come down. We go down a few gears. That thing. Let me go and pull over by here where it's nice and quiet. Let me just pull over by here, and I'll try and explain the situation. Right, okay. That's off now, so everything's off. Now, how can I explain this? I should go back up that way, shouldn't I? The same way, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So, let me get off the bike and show you. In this gear here, it said 49 miles per hour on the speedometer thing. On this gear here, it went to 46. Now, the reason why that's happening probably is because I'm about 90 odd kilos, and there's a limitation, I think, and stuff. It's something like that, I'm not quite sure. And wind resistance, and it gets to a point where it can't push any further. I think. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section if you know what I'm talking about. But there usually is an ultimate gear between wind resistance, weight and force, if you know what I mean. And that was showing 49 miles an hour. I mean, if I got a little bit further, I think it would have gone to 50. I was going uphill slightly, so it probably would have gone over 50. Maybe, possibly, I'm not quite sure. What do you think? If I was lighter, the bike would probably go faster. Also, I should have left it. I got to make another point as well, is that the battery isn't on 84 volts anymore, it's on 79.9 volts. So the further the battery goes down, the slower the bike will go, if that makes any sense. If you ride electric bikes, or you know about electric bikes, you'll know exactly what I mean anyway. But anyway, 50 miles an hour. Well, we won't say 50, 49. Hang on, we'll check on you. It was probably 48. We just finish on here. Finish. And it should give me a... Yeah, oh, it says speed there. Top speed on here was 46 miles an hour, look, okay? So this is more accurate than that. This said 49. That says 46. So 46 miles an hour top speed. That is the fastest I've ever been on a bike. It wasn't that bad, actually. It did feel a little bit wibbly, but it wasn't too bad. If I could get somewhere, if I could take the bike somewhere with a full battery, then I probably would get to 50, I think. Or lose a bit of weight. Anyway, let's make my way back. Hey, alright then. So I made it back safe and sound, didn't come off the bike, so that's a plus, isn't it? Now, I was trying to work out why the bike slowed down a bit when I put in a lower gear, and what it was, I think, after looking back at the footage, doing a couple of speed tests as fast as I could, going up a slight incline, a bit of a hill, it did warm the motor up. But I was in the smaller cogs, which makes it harder, pushing my weight, wind resistance, everything. Sort of, it did warm the motor up. When I felt the motor was quite hot, so there's a good chance that the the controller got a bit warm and he said, look mate, I'm not giving you full watts anymore, I'm only giving you half power. So it could have been something like that. It could have been a safety feature, because on the last run, if you go back and look at the watts were down low compared to the other run when it went up to, I think it was 3,740. I did put it on the screen before. So what do you think of that? 3,740 watts. And if you look at the motor itself, it's tiny, it's quite small, and it's kicking out loads of torque. So it is fantastic. So that's the speed test done. I might revisit it, because I reckon the right circumstances, I can get over 50 miles an hour. I don't want to push my luck. But anyway, so that's the speed test done with. I can go back to normal speeds now. Everybody can calm down, and I can just cruise along at 15.5 miles an hour. Okay? Well, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, say no more. But the next test I'm going to do is, if you look back on previous videos, I usually try my e-bikes going up there's a big hill. It's called Penarowel. It is close to Caerphilly, but it's about 1.5 miles, 2 miles of continuous steep hill. It never shows up properly on the camera. For some reason, on camera, hills don't show up. But I'll download an app, and it'll show the height of what I go to climbing, etc., etc. Like I said, it's about 1 mile. It's almost 2 miles of just hill climb. And obviously I'll have to put in one of the bigger cogs then, and I want to check overheating to see how it goes climbing up a hill for a long time. So that will be my next test. It's a big long climb. It goes, from the bottom of a valley right to the top of a mountain. And I think it is close to 2 miles, so that should give you, that's an extreme, isn't it, really? There's, of going constantly up a hill. But I will put it in, like I said, the bigger cogs, so that will make the motor spin easier, faster, so there should be less heat generated. And if it gets to the top of the hill, fine, it'll be good. I think I've got like one of them pointy heat lasers, so I might get one of them as well, just to point it, and it'll give a rough estimate of how hot it's getting. So that'll be my next test. So anyway, what did you think of the speed test? Do you think it was good? Do you think it was rubbish? Did you think it was mediocre? Put it in the comment section below what you thought of the speed test, and put any comments how I could improve on that speed test. Give me the comments. Tell me what you think about it. Anyway, so that's the speed test over and done with. I hope you liked it. If you did like it, go on, give it a like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, all them good things that help my channel. And I'll see you in the next one. Hoo-hoo-ee!